Blue Raider Baseball is on the air. From the Blue Raider Network, it's time for the pregame show. Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by State Farm Insurance and agents Andy Womack and Trevor Haggard, Ascension St. Thomas Rutherford Hospital, Pranis and Associates, Las Casas Pharmacy, and Middle Tennessee Electric. And now, let's go to the ballpark.
And we wish you a good morning from New Mexico as Middle Tennessee and New Mexico State will close out a three-game series today in Las Cruces. An early morning start here in Las Cruces. It's just a little bit before 11 local time. I know it's a little bit before noon in Murfreesboro. The Blue Raiders and the Aggies play game 3 of the series today. New Mexico State has dominated in the first two games, winning the opening game on Friday 6-1, and then taking a run rule 10-0 victory over the Raiders yesterday. So the Raiders, who have generated just almost no offense in the first two games, will need to get the bats going today, and will need a good pitching performance from Will Jenkins. He will get the start today in place of Drew Horn, who is physically not ready to go today. So it'll be Will Jenkins pitching for the Raiders here in Game 3. New Mexico State comes in with a record of 21-22. They are 9-8 in Conference USA play. The Blue Raiders are 19-24. They are 4-13 in conference play. And New Mexico State will try to keep their offense rolling. They have, as I said, dominated the Raiders. They have hit for an average in the two games of 375, 24 out of 64. The Raiders have hit for an average of 196, 11 of 56, and have had only 2 extra base hits. And the only run has come on a solo home run from Hayden Miller. New Mexico State has had a pair of home runs, a couple of doubles and a triple, but most of the damage has been done just by hitting singles and line drives and getting people on base and getting them home. So New Mexico State and Middle Tennessee, Game 3 of the series. This will be the 22nd meeting between the two. And New Mexico State has grabbed the lead in the overall series with 11 wins to 10 for Middle Tennessee. And here in Las Cruces, the Aggies lead the series 6-2 for the Blue Raiders. So that will kind of set it up for you. 78 degrees. Again, perfectly clear skies. I see a few scattered clouds over the Oregon Mountains. To my right, back over on the other side of the football stadium, and it's very picturesque setting out here. If you've ever been out to New Mexico, you know what I mean. Big ballpark, 345 down each foul line here, 400 to straightaway center, 385 to the power alleys in left and right center. The infield is all turf, foul ground all turf, up to the final cut of the infield, and then the outfield is all grass. Also, the pitcher's mound is dirt, and dirt surrounding the 3 bases at the cutouts, first, second, and third, all have dirt sliding areas. So that's the setup here in Las Cruces, and Game 3 is getting set to go in just a few minutes. We'll take a 2-minute break, and when I come back, I'll be talking with Blue Raider infielder Clay Badalak. That's coming up next on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Brad Hopkins with Exit Realty Bob Lamb and Associates. Winning in real estate is a lot like football. Good coaching and recruiting a great team are the keys. I put together a team of lenders, inspectors, and home professionals to help you succeed. Let me coach you through this process and make sure you come out a winner. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, I am here to help you win. Visit BradHopkinsHomes.com or call 615-556-9239 to find out more.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has taken its flavor to the next level. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test, starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Hey, Blue Raider fans, we know life comes at you fast, but with the right insurance, you'll always be covered. Whether it's home, auto, or life insurance, your local State Farm agent, Trevor Haggard, former MTSU baseball player, is here to help you protect what matters most. Give him a call at 615-203-5522 and find the right plan for you. Like a good neighbor, State Farm and Trevor Haggard are here to help. 615-203-5522.
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
Game 3 of the series getting ready to go here in Las Cruces, visiting with Blue Raider infielder Clay Badalak. I don't know whether to say third baseman or second baseman.
Yeah, it's kind of been a utility year for the infield. Played mostly shortstop my whole entire life, but I played second base this summer and third base all of high school, so it's not really all that new to me.
You'll be at second base today, I think, and there's different techniques to use in playing all three of those positions you mentioned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, third base is it's kind of like shortstop. It's a longer throw, but kind of like fielding it and keeping your left shoulder pointed towards first base is a little different than second base, and the double plays are a lot different, but I think I'm pretty comfortable with all of them by now.
Well, you've been able to adapt to those positions extremely well, and you just got through with batting practice here, I say this morning. So morning baseball, a little bit like travel ball or something, is it?
Yeah, it kind of brings you back to Little League and high school when you got to play doubleheaders starting at like 9 a.m. And
when did you first start playing?
Gosh, I think I was playing T-ball by like 4 or 5 years old.
So you've just progressed through step by step by step. And not a lot of kids that start as young as you did get to play college baseball. So tell me what that progression was like.
Yeah, there were some growing pains for sure. In high school, I wasn't the biggest or the strongest, and I had to go to junior college to get bigger, stronger, faster. I definitely wasn't ready to play Division I baseball right out of high school, but junior college definitely allowed me to get ready for it, and we're here now.
All right, you're from the Cincinnati area, so how are your Reds doing this year?
I think they're about 500. They started a little slow this year, but I think we're excited about Hunter Green and Ellie De La Cruz, obviously the big names. But I think they've got a pretty good supporting cast, and I think hopefully they can make a postseason run this year.
What is the most famous food in Cincinnati?
Oh, it's got to be Skyline Chili, for sure.
And I've never really gotten accustomed to that. Have you gotten accustomed to the chili down further south?
The chili south is here a little more spicy, I guess. But back home, I've liked Skyline my entire life, and my mom, she was not from the Cincinnati area, but it took her about 4 or 5 years to like it. So it's an accustomed taste, I would say.
Something that grows on you a little bit, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think your family was down for the Western Series, weren't they, in Bowling Green, and they've been to Murfreesboro a couple of times.
Yeah, my whole family, sisters included, got to go to Bowling Green, which was special to me. And then I think my parents are coming down in the next 2 home weekends, and then hopefully my sisters can come down too.
So no midweek game this week. Is this exam week coming up?
Yeah, we got finals this week. I don't think we usually play on finals week, so it'll be a good, nice break for us. I think we need it.
What would really be nice would be a win here on Getaway Day. So let's go get one.
Yeah, so let's do it.
All right, that's Clay Badalak, who's starting at second base today for the Blue Raiders. And we have the three umpires out talking with the coaches at home plate, getting the lineups exchanged. Jake Angier is the head coach at New Mexico State in his second year. Jerry Myers in his third year head coach up Middle Tennessee. And the umpires will be the same three that we've had for the entire series, although they will be at different positions on the field. So let's take a look at Conference USA and the results from yesterday. Louisiana Tech beat Dallas Baptist 10-3. It was Liberty over Kennesaw State 6-3. FIU made it two in a row over Western Kentucky 6-4. Jacksonville State beat Sam Houston 21-10. And of course, New Mexico State with a run rule 10-0 victory over the Raiders. The standings, and I looked on the Conference USA website. I don't think they were correct on that, but right now I've got Dallas Baptist at 12-5. Louisiana Tech at 11-5. Now they've had a game rained out. I've got Western Kentucky at 11-6. Kennesaw State 11-6. I've got Jacksonville State and New Mexico State both 9-8. I've got FIU 8-8, and they've also had a game rained out. Liberty, I've got it 7-10. Raiders 4-13. Sam Houston 2-15, and that's a look at the standings going into play today. Getaway day for all of the visiting teams in Conference USA. Well, we've got some little leaguers here, and these are a little bit larger. These are probably junior or senior league players. They're going to go out on the field when the Aggies take the field here in the first inning, and that's going to be coming up shortly. We're going to take another 2-minute break. 2 minutes, then we should be ready for first pitch. You're listening to Blue Raider Baseball from Van Wagner.
This is Chip Walters, and I'm honored to be your 2024 MTAR Realtor of the Year. I'm with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates, and like many of you, I've seen the real estate market shift and change. People often ask, Chip, what's really going on? Well, that's a great question, and I believe in answering with solid, factual data. So let's cut through some of the noise. I invite you to reach out. Let's have a conversation about your real estate goals and the current market trends in your neighborhood. You can find all my contact information at choosechip.net. Will Fraley, attorney at law, has experience you can count on. Former Blue Raider baseball player and MTSU alum Will Fraley serves Murfreesboro and the surrounding communities. Put a strong and experienced legal fighter on your case. Give Will Fraley a call, and he can handle all of your legal matters, including criminal and domestic or family law. Visit willfraleylaw.com or call 615-410-7290.
Today's game is brought to you in part by proud partners of Blue Raider Athletics, Granis & Associates, certified public accountants. They provide a full range of tax preparation, accounting, and bookkeeping services for both business and individual needs. That's Granis & Associates. Give them a call at 615-895-1040 or visit Granis & Associates online at gcpas.com.
Not feeling well and need to see a doctor? Find the care you need now at Ascension St. Thomas. We're here with 24/7 ER care, same-day care, and walk-in urgent care for broken bones, sprains, allergies, sore throats, and more. Visit ascension.org/St. Thomas Care to get the right care at the right place at the right time. Serving Middle Tennessee State University, Murfreesboro, and surrounding communities.
From the Blue Raider Network in Van Wagner College, it's time for Middle Tennessee State University baseball. Today's game is brought to you in part by Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates and agents Brad Hopkins, Richard Lewis, Tim Page, and Chip Walters. State Farm Insurance and Agent Deb Insel. Pepsi and your local Pepsi bottler. The Tennessee Highway Safety Office. And by Middle Tennessee State University. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Blue Raider Baseball.
And it's Getaway Day from Las Cruces, New Mexico. Middle Tennessee, New Mexico State concluding their three-game series today. The Raiders needing a win here to avoid a sweep. Raiders have been swept once this year in conference play. That was by Liberty. And for some reason, this team just has not played its best baseball on the road. The Raiders on the road are 4-13 overall, 2-9 in Conference USA. New Mexico State, on the other hand, at home, 13-11, and their conference record at home is dead even at 4-4. So it's Middle Tennessee, New Mexico State. The Aggies have got the black tops on today with the white pants, and actually have numbers on the back of these uniforms that you can read. White shows out pretty well on a black background. So we'll give you the starting lineups brought to you by the Ascend Federal Credit Union, the exclusive credit unit of Blue Raider Athletics. Let's take a look at the Raiders. We'll have Eston Snyder leading off in center field. Brett Rogers in right field will bat second. Tyler Minnick will do the catching and hit third. Brett Von Dolan at third base will be in the cleanup spot. Hayden Miller at first base bats fifth. Keaton Ray will be in left field hitting seventh. Kenny McKinley, the designated hitter, bats. Keaton Ray is sixth. Kenny is seventh. Matt Wolf, the shortstop, is eighth. And Clay Bandalak, who visited with us a moment ago at second base, will be batting ninth. On the mound will be right-hander Will Jenkins. For New Mexico State, no change in their starting batting order or lineup, and why would they? They've done well with this lineup. Brendan Forrester will lead off at shortstop. Steve Sorlizano, the DH. Then Mitch Namey in left field. Bryce Campbell at first base. Boston Vest at third. Gianni Horvat at second. Austin Corbett in right. Dane Woodcook, the catcher. Joey Craig in center. And on the mound is right-hander Ian Hoslett. He is a junior, 2-4 record, 8.14 earned run average, making his 14th appearance, second start. Eston Snyder steps in, takes a strike, and we are underway at 11:02 local time in Las Cruces. One strike to Snyder. Swing and a miss, and the count will go to strike two. A little bit more about Hoslett. 24 in the third innings. He's allowed 15 walks, 26 strikeouts for this right-hander. And a foul ball off to the right over the Blue Raider dugout. Out of play. The count holds at strike two. Hoslett has allowed 5 home runs. Opponents hitting .327 against him. And making his fourth start of the season. Reaching for an outside pitch, Snyder fouls it out of play. And the count holds at 2 strikes. Hoslett is a junior youngster from the state of California, junior college transfer. Swung on, hit foul down the right side, and again, that's going to drift out of play. 78 degrees here at game time. Skies are clear, and the wind out of the southwest at 15, although the flag out in center, left center field, not showing any movement at all right now. Hoslett with a pitch, ground ball outside the line at third for another foul ball. So Snyder's fouled off about 4 in a row, and the count holds at strike two. Eston hitting .347. He's 1 out of 8 in the series. And the right-hander delivers the pitch, grounded in the hole on the left side. It gets past the shortstop, rolls into shallow left field. And Snyder will return to first. I think that will be an infield hit. We'll see. I need to check next door because I can't read the scoreboard because of the lights. So they do charge an error to the shortstop on that. And the batter will be Brett Rogers with a runner at first, nobody out in the first inning. First pitch is in for a strike called. New Mexico State, that's their first error of the series. And there's ball one, 1-1 to Rogers. Brett has moved up in the batting order. He's 1 out of 6 in the series. Swinging a foul straight back, 1-2 the count. So Snyder reaches first on an error. This is how the Friday night game started, with New Mexico State's leadoff batter reaching on an error, and that led to a 3-run inning. And all of the runs that the Aggies scored in that inning were unearned. Foul out of play, and the count holds at 1-2. Justin Snyder, team's leading base stealer, down at first base. Pitch to the plate is high. Popped out of the catcher's mitt. 2-2 the count. Tyler Minnick will be the next hitter. Very smallish crowd to get this game underway. Throw to first. Eston back in there. Hoslett with the pitch. Low, ball 3. So that will fill the count up, 3-2. We'll keep an eye on Snyder at first, see if he's going to be running on a 3-2 pitch. He is. And the ball is popped up into foul ground. Catcher back near the dugout and makes the catch. That's a nice play by Woodcook, the catcher. Ball came back on him a little bit just as he reached the far edge of, or the near edge of the dugout down the third base side. And so Snyder has to return to first. Rogers fouls out for the first out. The batter is Tyler Minnick, Raider catcher. 0 for 4 in the series, takes a strike. Hoslett has thrown a first pitch strike to the first 3 hitters. Minnick swings and fouls it straight back, and the count will go to 0-2. I gave you these numbers in our pregame show. Might be worth repeating. The Raiders 11 of 56 in the first 2 games, 196 average. Swung on, fouled out of play. The count holds at 2 strikes. New Mexico State, 24 of 64, 375 average. And the Raiders have been outscored 16-1 in the first 2 games. Pitch is high, 1-2 to Tyler Minnick. It would really help the spirit of this team to get off to an early lead. They have the leadoff man at first with 1 out. Throw over there. Snyder back in. Infield double play depth. One ball, 2 strikes to Tyler Minnick. Hoslett delivers the pitch, lined into left field, a base hit. Snyder will stop at second. The Raiders have him at first and second with 1 out. And the batter's Brett Von Dolen. Brett playing third base today. Carries the .308 average with 15 home runs. Leads the team in that department. First and second, 1 out. Let's see if he tries to get that first pitch over again. He does, and Von Dolen lines it into left field. Snyder will be held at third. Throw comes in. Good throw from the left fielder out there, Namey. And that will load the bases with 1 out. Von Dolan jumped on that first pitch. Hoslett did come in what appeared to be a strike. So that's the second hit for the Raiders. Runners on all three bases here with one out, and now time called as the skipper for New Mexico State, Jake Angier, who's also the pitching coach, will make a visit to the mound. The batter will be Hayden Miller, who has the only run-producing hit for the Raiders in this series, and that was a solo home run in the third inning of Game 1 on Friday. Hayden is 2 out of 6 in the series. A very long conversation going on out on the mound. Home plate umpire is Marcial Santos. Jose Polanco is the umpire at first. Reed Bassner is the other umpire. He had home plate yesterday. Where they're letting them talk for a very long time out there. And now the conference is broken up. And Hayden Miller will step in. .253 average for Hayden with 9 home runs. Hoslett with a pitch. Well, he didn't come in with a first pitch strike there. Threw it into the turf outside, ball 1. I expect the word was don't throw this guy first pitch strike. Bases loaded. 1 out the pitch. Miller takes, bit high, ball 2, 2-0. This is only Hoslett's second start of the season, 14th appearance. Miller swings and fouls it off to the left, and the count will go to 2-1. Their starter yesterday, Connor Wild, it was only his 4th start, and then the starter on Friday, Soto, was only his 2nd start of the season. Miller swings and misses, strike 2. Count goes to 2-2. Keaton Ray, the on-deck hitter. Snyder at third, Minnick at second, Von Dolan at first. Ball 3 is outside. So full count, 3-2. Something's got to happen on this pitch. Second baseman playing almost behind second base. Struck him out swinging. Might have gone for ball 4. That pitch appeared to be outside. That's out number 2, and the batter is Keaton Ray. Keaton looking for his first hit in the series. He is 0 for 6. They'll shift. Play the shortstop behind second base. Second baseman on the grass in right field. Pitch is low. Ball 1 to Ray. First baseman not holding the runner, so he is back and guarding the line, and the third baseman, the only defender on the left side of the infield. Off-speed pitch in for a strike, 1-1. And Arrow started the inning off, and then back-to-back singles by Minnick and Von Dolan loaded the bases. Ray swings and hits it foul off to the left side. That one's going to be out of play. Count is a ball and 2 strikes to Keaton Ray. Kenny McKinley waiting to hit next. Swung on, lofted into left field. That one might find a hole. It does. But they call it a foul ball. Well, so from my vantage point, it looked like it dropped fair, but no argument. Everybody back. And the count will be 1-2. A little pop-up down the left field line. Ground ball, right side. Throw to first in time. And that was the shortstop who made the play. And that will retire the side. So Ray grounds out, and the Raiders leave 3 on here in the first inning. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error, 3 left. We will go to the bottom of the first inning. Middle Tennessee nothing, New Mexico State coming to bat. You're listening to Blue Raider Baseball from Van Wagner.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has taken its flavor to the next level. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test, starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
The Blue Raiders are winners in the classroom, on the field, and the courts. Richard Lewis here. I want you to win in real estate also. Buying, selling, auction here in Tennessee, or along the Gulf Coast, a second home, or investing. Give me a call to help start that winning process. 615-319-9981. Oh, I'm never too busy for your referrals. Richard Lewis, Exit Realty, Bob Lamb & Associates.
WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
And we go to the bottom of the first inning. No score in the game. Set the Raiders defensively for you with Tyler Minnick behind the plate. Brett Von Dolan at third. Matt Wolf at shortstop. Clay Badalak at second. And Hayden Miller at first. Keaton Ray in left field. Eston Snyder in center. And Brett Rogers in right field. On the mound is the right-hander Will Jenkins. He is a senior, redshirt senior, out of Knoxville, Tennessee, where he played high school ball at Grace Christian Academy. Was recruited and went to Belmont. Pitched his freshman and sophomore seasons at Belmont. Then had to take a redshirt in his third year. Moved to Middle Tennessee. And was with us last year, and this is his senior year. So Will Jenkins comes in, record of 2-4 and a 5.02 earned run average, making his 4th start of the season. And Brandon Forrester, who the Raiders have not been able to retire in this entire series, leads it off. Switch hitter batting left-handed. He has been on base 9 consecutive times. And make it 9 as the ball. I thought that was going to drop in left field, but it's caught by Keaton Ray for out number 1. And somebody make a note of that. That's the first time we've gotten Forrester out all weekend. 1 out in the first inning. Steve Sorlizano is the designated hitter. He will step in, batting right-handed. A sophomore. He's a local youngster from here in Las Cruces and had quite a good years of freshman. He also did some pitching for them. Pitch from Jenkins and for a strike, 0-1. One out here in the first, no score. And Jenkins comes back, and it's outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Another beautiful day for baseball in New Mexico. Inside, backed him away, ball 2, 2-1 the count. Jenkins in 38 innings, 22 walks, 25 strikeouts. That pitch finds the strike zone, and it's 2-2. Sorlizano steps out of the box. Now back in. Jenkins ready to pitch. Here it comes. And ball 3 is into the turf. Outside. 3-2. Home plate area is all turf. I had thought that cutaway in front of home plate was dirt, but it's not. It's a different color turf. 3-2 pitch outside, and they lost him. So base on balls, we'll have Sorlizano going to first with 1 out, and the batter is Mitch Namey, the left fielder and a left-handed hitter. So Jenkins will face two left-handed hitters out of the first three batters. Forrester, switch hitter, batted left, and now Namey, but everybody else in the lineup swings from the right side. Raider infield double play depth. And Jenkins with the pitch. Ground foul over by the Raider dugout. One strike. Raiders pulled a couple of double plays yesterday and also had two on Friday. Would certainly like to get another one here. The pitch. Breaking ball misses outside, 1-1. Campbell, the first baseman, is the on-deck hitter. Solorzano with a walk is on at first with one out. Will Jenkins with the pitch. Swung on, fouled out of play off the screen. Count will go to 1-2 on Namey. Mitch Namey out of Mesa, Arizona, in his third year with the program here at New Mexico State. Throw to first, runner is back. Namey hit .311 his freshman year, hit .333 last year as a sophomore, and he's hitting .343 as a senior so far this year. So he's made a nice progression. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Another throw to first, and again, the runner back. New Mexico State is not what you would call a base stealing club, but they do have one player, Forrester, who is an outstanding base stealer. Pitches outside, ball 2. Forrester has 15 stolen bases out of their team total of 54. Two balls, 2 strikes to Namey. The left-handed hitter stands in. Will Jenkins throws to first, the runner back. Namey with that back foot right on the back edge of the left-hand hitter's box. And the pitch coming in outside, ball 3. 3-2. So this could be a running situation. We'll keep an eye on the runner. Solorzano, he does have 3 stolen bases on the year. The runner does go, and a ground ball up the middle. Second baseman Badalek has it. Long throw to first in time. That's a good play by Clay Badalek. Moving behind the bag at second. So that is out number 2. The runner who was running on the pitch, Solorzano, advances to second. Raiders had no chance to get him there. So 2 outs, the runner at second. Bryce Campbell, big, strong first baseman, is the hitter, right-handed batter. Jenkins pitch, swung on, grounded foul past third, strike 1. Campbell, 6'4", 215. He is another California youngster, junior college transfer out of Modesto Junior College, where he spent 2 years. Swung on a fly ball into left center. Keaton Ray going back near the wall. That one is gone. Over the New Mexico State logo sign on the wall in left center, just to the left of the big scoreboard. And the Aggies are on the board first in this game. A 2-run homer by Campbell. That is his 4th of the season. He'll get RBIs number 29 and 30 with that home run. So the walk comes back to haunt the Raiders as Solorzano, who had walked, scores ahead of Campbell, 2-0 the score. Boston Best, the third baseman, stands in. Takes the first pitch from Jenkins, high for ball one. That's the 6th home run allowed by Jenkins this season, by the way. Swinging a foul out of play. The count will go to 1-1. Right-hander delivers low for ball two. 2 balls and a strike. The Raiders had the bases loaded in the first inning with 1 out. Could not push a run across. Vest fouls this one out of play to the right. Count goes to 2-2. And a 2-run homer from Campbell has put the Aggies on top 2-0 in the first inning. And that one hits him in the back. That one was coming high and not very hard. He just turned and took it in between the shoulder blades. So Vest hit by a pitch down to first base. And the batter will be Gianni Horvat, the second baseman. He's had a pretty good series. 5 out of 7 with a home run and 3 runs batted in. Pitch to the plate, low and inside, ball one to Horvat. 387 his average. He's a senior out of another California youngster, transfer from UNLV. Pitch outside, ball two. 2 balls, no strikes. That home run by Horvat was his first of the season. Swinging a ground ball through, a base hit to left field. Runners hold at first and second. So that is the second hit in the inning off Will Jenkins. Coach Myers will make a visit to the mound. Blue Raider bullpen warm-up area is down the right field line, and it's one of the, in fact, the only one I think we've seen this year where the pitcher and catcher are warming up in an area that is still in play. So first and second. With 2 outs in the inning. Two runs across for the Aggies. Austin Corbett, 4 out of 7 in this series. Pitches low, ball one. It's really been the lower part of the batting order that has stung the Raiders. Horvat, 5 hits in the series. Corbett, 4. Woodcook, 2. And they've all been run-producing hits. The pitch to the plate. Strike called, and it's 1-1. 4 out of 7 for Corbett. All singles. Jenkins checks the runners and delivers inside, ball two. 2-1. Corbett, the 7th man to bat here in the first inning. Pitch low for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs, 2 men on here in the first inning. 2 runs have scored. Jenkins' pitch, lined foul out of play. Count will go to 3-2 now. This means both runners will be off and moving with this 3-2 pitch. Family just coming in and got their Sunday dinner with them. Hot dogs. And ball 4 is outside. That will load the bases with 2 outs. And the batter will be the catcher, Woodcook. Two out of 6 in the series, but one of those hits was a triple, and he's driven in 4 runs, hitting in the lower part of the batting order. Right-handed batter. And Jenkins' pitch swung on and missed, strike 1. 254 average on the season for Woodcook. The 0-1 pitch swung on, fouled. Kind of a defensive swing on a pitch that was inside, and the count goes to 2 strikes. Bases loaded, 2 outs here in the first inning. And all this has happened since the home run. Pitch is low for ball 1, 1-2. And Jenkins with the pitch, foul out of play, off to the right. Blue Raiders softball has also lost the first 2 games of their series. They're underway over across campus. I can just see the field from over the left field fence here. Pitch is swung on, fouled out of play. The count holds at 1-2. And the pitch. Another foul out of play. Same spot. All of these foul balls have been off to the right side. Jenkins ready for another 1-2 delivery. And it's swung on and missed. Strike 3. Struck him out. And that will end the first inning for New Mexico State, but they come up with 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and 3 men left on base. So each team left the bases loaded in the first inning. The only difference, New Mexico State had already scored 2 runs before they loaded the bases. So we've completed 1 full inning. It is New Mexico State 2, Middle Tennessee nothing. You're listening to Middle Tennessee Baseball from Van Wagner.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders.
At State Farm, when home and auto work as a team, you score and save money. I'm State Farm agent Andy Womack. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let's work together to win big by saving money on home and auto. With the service you get from State Farm, you might think our car insurance costs more. I'm State Farm agent Andy Womack. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let me show you with discounts up to 40%. You may find it even costs less.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
2-0, New Mexico State leading. As we go to the second inning, the scoring changed. The ball hit by Eston Snyder to lead off the game in the first inning has been changed from an error on the shortstop to an infield hit. I think that's a good decision. That ball was hit into the hole. Forrester, the shortstop, had to go back and just glanced off his glove. First pitch to Kenny McKinley is low for ball one. Kenny leading off inning number 2 for the Raiders. Got the start yesterday as the Diaz hits this one sharply to short. Forrester up with this one. Throw to first in time. And 1 out here in the second inning. I was going to say Kenny was the only Raider yesterday with more than 1 hit. So he grounds out to short. The batter is Matt Wolf. Matt 2 out of 6 in the series. Right-handed pitcher Ian Hoslett making his second start of the season. First pitch, Wolf fouls it straight back into the screen. Strike 1. And the right-hander delivers and just missed outside. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fooled on the pitch. Did not have a good swing at that. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Wolf. He's way out in front of that. So he asks for time, steps out of the box. Count is 1-2. The pitch is high for ball 2. 2-2. Hoslett with a 2-2 pitch. Missed outside, ball 3. So the count will go full to Matt Wolf. 1 out in the second inning. New Mexico State leading 2-0. And a 3-2 pitch coming. Swung on, fouled out of play. Wolf stays alive up there. Clay Badalak will follow Wolf to the plate. Another 3-2 pitch coming. Pop foul back out of play over our heads. New handful of baseballs for the plate umpire. So we'll get ready for another 3-2 pitch. And here it comes. Swung on, hit in the air to left field, shallow left field as Namey comes in. He'll make the catch for out number 1. 1 down, or 2 down now in the second inning. Wind starting to kick up just a little bit, blowing out toward left and left center. Clay Badalak will be the batter, hitting out of the number 9 spot today. Pitch swung on and missed, strike 1. Clay is 1 for 7 in the series. Has seen his average dip below the 300 mark. Swung on, foul to the screen, and it's 0-2. Hoslett with the 0-2 pitch, high for a ball, 1-2. It's got on the black stockings and the pants bloused up just below the knee. And the pitch to the plate outside, ball 2. 2-2. Same look for the shortstop and the same look for the left fielder. Everybody else wearing those long white pants. There's the ball hit fair territory. First baseman Campbell has it. Tags the base, and that is all. 1, 2, 3. Go the Raiders in the second inning. Nothing across. So we'll go to the bottom of the second inning. New Mexico State 2 and Middle Tennessee nothing. You're on Blue Raider Baseball from Van Wagner.
Middle Tennessee Electric proudly supports the MTSU Blue Raiders, and we're proud to power the scoreboard lights at Reese Smith Jr. Field. When it comes to the electric service in the community, you can always trust MTE to do what's best for our members. We serve by providing affordable, reliable, safe electricity and outstanding member service. Here at MTE, we serve to make life better for our members and their communities. Visit www.mtemc.com to learn more. And that scoreboard, light it up, Blue Raiders.
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
The Blue Raiders are on News Radio WGNS.
Go to the bottom of the second inning, 2-0 New Mexico State leading. Softball underway. They are also in the bottom of the second inning. And New Mexico State leading 1-0 in that game across campus. For the Aggies, the number 9 hitter, Joey Craig, will stand in. Got to be careful with this guy because he powered a 3-run homer yesterday in the fourth inning, part of that big 6-run fourth inning that they had. Right-handed batter, showed bunt on the first pitch. Jenkins delivers a strike, 0-1. Craig, a .231 average, but he's hit 7 home runs. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. And the leadoff man, Forrester, swinging a bat in the on-deck circle. Jenkins with a 2-strike pitch, down low for a ball, 1-2. Strike 3 call. Looked a little bit low, and that's what Craig is saying to the umpire when he turns and walks back to the dugout. But called a strike, and that's 1 out in the second inning. Second strikeout for Jenkins. The batter is Brandon Forrester, the shortstop, switch hitter, batting left-handed, and got him out in the first inning for the first time in the series. He had been on base 9 straight times until that first inning. Off-speed pitch misses for ball 1. Forster's a transfer from Oregon State. Swing and a miss. 1-1. He had a home run cut. He does have 2 home runs on the season. This is his first year with the New Mexico State program. Jenkins, 1-1 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Forster, sophomore, stands back in with a 1-2 count. High outside, ball 2. Play him straight away. He sprays the ball around a lot, hits to all fields. Ball 3 is low. Full count, 3-2. 1 out here in the second inning. Raiders trailing 2-0. And ball 4. Raiders have thrown Forrester out 1 time in the series, and he has 3 stolen bases in the 2 games. Been successful 3 out of 4. So Jenkins going to have to keep a close eye on him at first base. The batter is Solorzano. Drew a walk in the first inning. Jenkins comes set, throws to first, and the runner back. And again, Solorzano being patient at the plate, swinging a big red bat. It's sparkling in the sun here. And first pitch to him is swung on and fouled back. That one kicked off the umpire's face mask. So plate umpire Santos, okay, he's adjusting the mask. So count strike one to Solorzano. Forster looking for all the world like he wants to run. Does not on this pitch, and now he does as the ball sails over Minnick's glove and goes to the backstop. So that will be a wild pitch. Forster to second with one out. 1 ball, 1 strike to Solorzano. 2 out of 8 in the series with a double and a run batted in. Jenkins with a 1-1 pitch inside. That one hit him. I started to say almost hit him. It did hit him. Second batter that Jenkins has hit to go along with 2 walks. So first and second one out, and the batter is Namey. Grounded out in the first inning. First base coach down there checking with Solorzano to make sure he's okay, and he is. Infield double play depth, and the left-handed hitter Namey steps in. Pitch the plate, over but low, ball 1. Forster jumping around out there at second base like he wants to run. One ball, no strikes to the lefty, Namey. Low and inside, ball 2. 2-0. Ball 3 misses outside. Jenkins struggling here, and there's no doubt about it. He's walked a couple, he's hit a couple, he's allowed a home run. Trying to find the groove. There's a strike call, 3-1 to Namey. Campbell, who homered in the first inning, is on deck. Now, you don't want him up there with the bases loaded, so pitch the plate is low for ball 4, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So 2 walks in the inning, 4 in the game for Jenkins. The bases are loaded with 1 out, and the batter Campbell hit a 2-run homer in the first inning. Minnick out on the hill to talk with Jenkins. Raiders get the bullpen working. A left-hander throwing out there. So here's Campbell. Bases loaded, 1 out. Infield still looking for 2. Swinging a ground foul past third. 1 strike to Campbell. That home run in the first inning was his 4th of the season. And the 1 strike pitch inside, ball 1. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch hit in the air to shallow, I started to say shallow right field, but it's in the infield. That's an infield fly called for an automatic out. And the wind held that one up in the air for Hayden Miller to make the catch. That's out number 2. Boston Vest was hit by a pitch in the first inning. He'll stand in with the bases loaded and 2 outs here in inning number 2. Aggies already leading 2-0. Vest hits one to left field. Keaton Ray moving back over toward the line, makes the catch for out number 3. That's going to retire the side in the second inning. No runs. There were no hits, but 3 men left on base. So New Mexico State has left the bases loaded in each of the first 2 innings. Raiders left them loaded in the first. And we have completed 2 full innings, New Mexico State 2 and Middle Tennessee nothing. You're listening to Blue Raider Baseball from Van Wagner.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Tim Page with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates. Are you on the fence about selling your home? Feel overwhelmed at the thought of purchasing a new home? Well, it's time to get moving. For professional, personal real estate services, give me a call today and put me to work for you. 615-896-5656, or you can reach me at exitmurfreesboro.com. Let's go Blue, and I'll see you at the game.
Will Fraley, attorney at law, has experience you can count on. Former Blue Raider baseball player and MTSU alum Will Fraley serves Murfreesboro and the surrounding communities. Put a strong and experienced legal fighter on your case. Give Will Fraley a call and he can handle all of your legal matters, including criminal and domestic or family law. Visit willfraleylaw.com or call 615-410-7290.
Rutherford County's MTSU station, News Radio WGNS.
We go to the third inning. Raiders trailing 2-0. Over across campus, the Lady Raiders are trailing, looks like 3-0 in the bottom of the third inning over the softball complex. Top of the batting order in the third inning for the Raiders. Eston Snyder will lead it off. They changed the ruling on his ground ball in the first inning from an error to a hit, so he is 1 for 1. Takes a strike. Snyder, Rogers, and Minnick scheduled here in the third inning. Pitch to Eston is high for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ian Hoslett, the right-hander, with the pitch. Slammed foul past third. Count will go to 1-2 on Snyder. Hoslett goes for a little rosin. Now ready for the 1-2 pitch. Missed outside, ball 2. 2-2 to the Blue Raiders senior. Way outside, ball 3. So full count, 3-2. And the pitch is fouled at the plate. Eston's younger brother, Grant, had surgery a week or so ago. He's also a member of this team, and Eston said he was doing fine. Rehabbing and anxious to get back. Another 3-2 pitch is high, and he walked him. Snyder draws a base on ball, so he has reached both times. It's the first walk allowed by Hoslett. And Brett Rogers will stand in. He fouled out to the catcher in the first inning. 1 for 7 now in the series. Takes it off speed, pitch in for strike. They shift for the left-handed hitters. The shortstop playing just to the left of second base. High outside. Third baseman is pulled way off the line, so there's some hitting room on the left side. 1 ball, 1 strike. Throw to first, runner back. Snyder always a threat to run. 19 stolen bases on the season to lead the team. Faked, and they pitched out. They thought he was going to run on that pitch. He did fake a start to second base, but came back, and the pitch was outside. 2-1 to Brett Rogers. Pitch is swung on, hit into left center field, and center fielder Craig comes on, makes a running catch for out number 1. 1 down in the third, and the batter is Tyler Minnick. Minnick singled to left field in the first inning. He is now 1 for 5 in this series. So Snyder still at first with 1 out. Raiders trailing 2-0. We're in the top of the third inning. Throw over there, and Snyder's back. Breeze not blowing as hard as it has been for the first 2 games of this series. There goes the runner. And the ball skied in the air out into right center field. Second baseman's back. He makes a nice running catch. The sun gave him some problems, but he was able to take it over his shoulder for out number 2. Snyder was running on the pitch, so he had to scoot back to first base. So with 2 outs, the batter is Brett Von Dolan. Von Dolan singled in the first inning. 2 outs and a runner at first. Pitch is outside, ball 1. You know, they'd like to get Snyder in scoring position here with 2 outs. Long look, got to throw to first. Hoslett comes set again, throws over to first base. 1 ball count to Brett Von Dolan. And the pitch low and outside, ball 2. They have pitched very carefully to Von Dolan for this entire series, haven't given him many fastballs. 2 balls, no strikes, the count. Has a fastball. He drives it into center field, but Craig is standing in the right spot, and he will make the grab for out number 3. So that is all for the Raiders in the third inning. No runs, no hits. 1 man left. We'll go to the bottom of the third. New Mexico State 2 and Middle Tennessee 0. You're listening to Blue Raider Baseball from Van Wagner.
Today's game is brought to you in part by proud partners of Blue Raider Athletics, Grannis & Associates, certified public accountants. They provide a full range of tax preparation, accounting, and bookkeeping services for both business and individual needs. That's Grannis & Associates. Give them a call at 615-895-1040 or visit Grannis & Associates online at gcpas.com.
Not feeling well and need to see a doctor? Find the care you need now at Ascension St. Thomas. We're here with 24/7 ER care, same-day care, and walk-in urgent care for broken bones, sprains, allergies, sore throats, and more. Visit ascension.org/St. Thomas Care to get the right care at the right place at the right time. Serving Middle Tennessee State University, Murfreesboro, and surrounding communities.
Hey, Blue Raider fans, this is Brad Hopkins with Exit Realty Bob Lamb and Associates. Winning in real estate is a lot.
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
And we go to the bottom of the third inning. Raiders trailing 2-0. Will Jenkins has thrown a lot of pitches over the first two innings. He has walked 4 batters, hit 2, thrown 1 wild pitch. He's given up only 2 hits, and one of those a 2-run homer. So that's the margin right now. Gianni Horvat, who made that good catch in shallow right field, he's the second baseman. He'll lead off at a base hit in the first inning. And Jenkins' pitch, a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. That hit was Horvat's 6th of the series. Now 6 out of 8. And the pitch, outside, 1-1. Horvat, a senior, transfer from UNLV. Second year with the program. Low and inside, ball 2, 2-1. Pitch to the plate is a strike call. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Is the count to Horvat.
Sorry, video game.
Jenkins ready, and the pitch swung on a ground ball to second. Badalak has it. Over to first in time, and that is out number 1. Trying to get my glasses, field glasses focused. See who that left-hander in there is. Oh, Cole Torbett, loosening in the bullpen. Here's Austin Corbett for New Mexico State. Takes a strike from Will Jenkins, 0-1. So Torbett warming up. Corbett is the batter. The 0-1 pitch. Ball 1 outside, 1-1. Strike called, 1-2. Corbett walked in the first inning. Senior right fielder swings and hits it in foul ground. Miller makes a long run out by the bullpen, but can't chase it down. Count holds at 1-2. Cole Torbett warming up in the bullpen had to stop his throwing and get out of the way of that one. So a 1-2 pitch coming from Will Jenkins. Here it is. And a raw hit to short past Wolf. Got a glove on it, slowed it down, but could not come up with it. Talking to Matt about playing on this turf, he said it's a very fast turf. And that ball got there in a hurry. So that'll be an infield hit for Corbett. Third hit for the Aggies, and a runner at first with 1 out. Batter is Woodcook. Jenkins struck him out with the bases loaded in the first inning. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 1 on, 1 out in the third. 2-0, New Mexico State leading. Promised you a station break. I'll get that after this pitch. Swing and a foul, and we'll pause 10 seconds for station ID as you're listening to Blue Raider Baseball.
Flagship station for Middle Tennessee sports. WGNS. Murfreesboro, Smyrna. The Blue Raiders play here.
Dick Palmer with you from Las Cruces, New Mexico. A 2-strike count on the batter. Woodcook hits one in the air to right center field. Rogers coming over, can't get there. It drops in front. And the throw comes back in. Runners will be at first and second with one out. That may be all for Jenkins. Coach Myers headed out toward the pitcher's mound, and we will have a pitching change here. So the Blue Raiders make a pitching change with one out in the third inning. Left-hander Cole Torbett will be coming in from the bullpen. We'll be back, tell you a little bit more about him when we come back. You're listening to Middle Tennessee Baseball from Van Wagner.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has taken its flavor to the next level. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test, starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
So pitching change here in the third inning. Left-hander Cole Torbett coming in, sophomore from Johnson City, making his 14th appearance. 0-3 record with a 5.11 earned run average. He's pitched 24 2/3 innings, given up 26 hits. He's walked 14, struck out 21, allowed 5 home runs. Opponents hitting .260 against the left-hander Cole Torbett. Will Jenkins goes 2 1/3 innings, and he has given up 2 runs on 3 hits, 2 strikeouts, 4 walks, but he is responsible for the 2 runners that are on base. So the batter will be the number 9 hitter, Joey Craig. Jenkins struck him out in the second inning. But a dangerous hitter, as he had a big home run in their big 6th inning yesterday. They scored 6 runs and 3 of them on a home run by Joey Craig. Craig, a senior from Omaha, transfer from the University of Houston after he went to junior college, then to Houston, and now he's with New Mexico State. He's in his first year with this program. Runners first and second, 1 out. Torbett with his first pitch. Finds the strike zone, 0-1. After Craig, we will go back to the top of the batting order and Forrester. One strike to count. And the pitch. In there for a called strike. It's 0-2. Craig asks for time, steps out of the box. Two strikes on the right-handed hitter. Torbett's pitch, swung on, line drive, caught by Badalak, goes to second. Out. That is a double play. And Torbett comes in, gets the side out. No runs. 2 hits and 1 left. We have completed 3 full innings for New Mexico State. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Raiders. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. It is 2-0 New Mexico State as we go to the 4th inning on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Hey Blue Raider fans, we know life comes at you fast, but with the right insurance, you'll always be covered. Whether it's home, auto, or life insurance, your local State Farm agent, Trevor Haggard, former MTSU baseball player, is here to help you protect what matters most. Give him a call at 615-203-5522 and find the right plan for you. Like a good neighbor, State Farm and Trevor Haggard are here to help. 615-203-5522.
This is Chip Walters, and I'm honored to be your 2024 MTAR Realtor of the Year. I'm with Exit Realty Bob Lamb and Associates, and like many of you, I've seen the real estate market shift and change. People often ask, Chip, what's really going on? Well, that's a great question, and I believe in answering with solid, factual data. So let's cut through some of the noise. I invite you to reach out. Let's have a conversation about your real estate goals and the current market trends in your neighborhood. You can find all my contact information at choosechip.net.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
And we've had a pitching change for the Aggies, so both starting pitchers gone now. Number 50 is Fernie Barreda. Barreda is a right-hander, senior, 6-footer out of Arizona, and again a junior college transfer. Get you some numbers on him. As Hayden Miller strolls to the plate. Barreda making his 9th appearance. He started 7 games, pitching in relief here. 1-2 with an 8.66 earned run average, 17 2/3 innings, giving up 20 hits. Walked 11, struck out 22. Opponents hitting .313 against this right-hander. First pitch to Miller is in for a strike. Miller struck out with the bases loaded in the first inning. Low and outside, ball 1-1. So both starting pitchers gone. Hoslett, give you his numbers after this pitch. The 1-1 pitch to Miller, swung on line to right field, a base hit. So a leadoff single by Miller. 3rd hit of the game. Hoslett, 2 innings, gave up no runs, 2 hits, walked 1, and struck out 1. And a base hit for Hayden Miller off the new pitcher, Barreda. Batter is Keaton Ray. Pitch high and outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Runner at first, no outs. Low and inside, 2-0. Kenny McKinley waiting to hit next. Pitch is swung on, hit to left field. That's going to be a foul ball, and nobody can get there. Count will be 2 balls and 1 strike. Keaton grounded out to short in the first inning. That also came with the bases loaded. Pitches inside, ball 3, 3-1. The Raiders loaded them up in the first inning, could not get a run across. And only one base runner, well, actually 2 base runners since then. Miller with that hit being the second as a foul off and out of play, and it's 3-2. Started early morning baseball here. It's now turned past noon, Las Cruces time. Runner goes, the pitch is low, ball 4. Miller was running on the pitch, but it was ball 4. So runners at first and second with no outs. And the batter will be Kenny McKinley. Grounded to short in the second inning, 0 for 1. Started as the DH yesterday, had a pair of hits, single and a double. Swings at an off-speed pitch, lines it out of play, strike 1. And the pitch. Again, fouled out of play to the right, 0-2. First and second, no outs. There's a ball hit in the right center field. That's going to find a hole. That will get 1 run in. The throw coming in, and the runners will be held at second and third. So the Raiders on the board. It is now a 2-1 game. A run scoring double for Kenny McKinley. That is his 20th RBI of the season. Keaton Ray stopped at third, so no outs. Runners at second and third. And the batter, Matt Wolf. 2 runners in scoring position. Wolf takes the pitch high for ball 1. Time called as the catcher Woodcook goes out to the mound, and they get the bullpen working down the left field line. The home bullpen is enclosed down the left field line. The visiting bullpen, not so. The warm-up area is in foul ground, but in ground that is playable. 1 ball, no strikes. The count to the Raider shortstop, Matt Wolf. Bernie Barreda, the pitch driven into left center, a base hit. 2 runs will score, and the Raiders will take the lead. As Wolf slides into second base, he's safe. That's a 2-run double for Matt Wolf. Raiders lead it now 3-2. This is the first time the Raiders have had the lead all weekend. So the new pitcher greeted rather rudely, giving up 3 hits and a walk. The batter is Clay Badalak. Wolf's the runner at second with no outs. 3 runs are in. Badalak takes a pitch high, ball 1. Clay grounded out to the first baseman in his first at bat. So the Raiders lead it 3-2. And the pitch. Swung on, hit to the right side. That one's through for a base hit. Here comes Wolf. He will score. And it is a 4-2 game. Clay Badalak drives in a run with a single to right center. Hit number 4 off the pitcher Beretta. Run number 4. Time call, and the head coach, who is also the pitching coach, walks very slowly to the mound. So the Raiders leading here 4-2. We're in the 4th inning. Miller led off the inning with a single to right. Keaton Ray walked on a 3-2 pitch. And with runners at first and second, Kenny McKinley found a hole in right center. That ball went all the way to the wall. And 1 run scored. McKinney made it to second with a double, and with second and third and no outs, Matt Wolf drove a double into left center field, scoring 2 runs, and then Badalak single to right brought in the 4th run of the inning. So it's 4-2. Eston Snyder will be the batter. Beretta stays in the game, but they've got their bullpen working pretty rapidly down the left field line. So Badalak, the runner at first, still nobody out here in the 4th inning. Pitch is a breaking ball, in for a strike, 0-1. Snyder has singled and walked. And the pitch. Swung on, driven down the left field line. And that ball is out of here. Hit it almost directly down the line. That is a 2-run homer for Eston Snyder. And the Raiders lead it now 6-2. And for Eston, that is home run number 5 on the season. Hit number 4, runs number 5 and 6 off Beretta. Hit number 5, change that. Here's Rogers. Takes the pitch high and outside, ball 1. Still nobody out in the 4th inning. Raiders leading 6-2. Beretta with the pitch, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the right-hander delivers a high and outside, ball 2, 2-1. 4th inning was the big inning for New Mexico State yesterday, and so far it's been the big inning for the Raiders today. Ball hit to short. Forrester bobbles it, picks it up, and got him at first base. That is out number 1 here in the 4th. And with 1 out, the batter is Tyler Minnick. Singled in the first, popped out in the 3rd inning. Beretta with the pitch, that's in for a strike. Minnick, the 8th man to bat here in the 4th inning. And had him fooled, swung on and missed. That pitch high and inside. Count will go to strike 2 on Tyler Minnick. And the pitch, that would hit the turf and skipped all the way back to the backstop. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. They shift for the right-handed hitter with the second baseman playing almost directly behind second base. Pitch is outside, ball 2. 2-2. 6 runs in the inning. And just 1 out. 2-2 to Tyler Minnick. Drives this one to third, 1 hop. Vest, the third baseman, delivers the ball over to first, and that is Going to be it. And I missed it out somewhere. 6 runs, 5 hits, and nobody left. We will go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Raiders leading by a score of 6-2. You're listening to Middle Tennessee Baseball from Van Wagner.
Will Fraley, attorney at law, has experience you can count on. Former Blue Raider baseball player and MTSU alum Will Fraley serves Murfreesboro and the surrounding communities. Put a strong and experienced legal fighter on your case. Give Will Fraley a call and he can handle all of your legal matters, including criminal and domestic or family law. Visit willfraleylaw.com or call 615-410-7290.
Today's game is brought to you in part by proud partners of Blue Raider Athletics, Granis & Associates, certified public accountants. They provide a full range of tax preparation, accounting, and bookkeeping services for both business and individual needs. That's Granis & Associates. Give them a call at 615-895-1040 or visit Granis & Associates online at gcpas.com.
The Blue Raiders are on News Radio WGNS.
We go to the bottom of the 4th inning, and it'll be the leadoff man, Forrester, up, and I've got the explanation for what happened in that inning. First pitch from Torbett, low for ball 1. So apparently on Matt Wolf's double, Kenny McKinley, who was the runner at second, failed to touch third base on the way to the plate, and the Aggies appealed, and he was called out. Strike. So that run did not score. And that would have been the first out in the inning, which I apologize for. I did not catch that. So Minnick's ground out would have been the third out, and only 5 runs in the inning instead of 6. I wonder what else is going to happen on this series. And there's ball 4. So it's a 5-2 game, and a walk to Forrester leading off the 4th inning. And again, you've got a base stealer on at first. Batter is Steve Sorlizano, who has walked and been hit by a pitch. Cole Torbett, Blue Raiders' second pitcher, delivers a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to Sorlizano. Pitch is swung on, hit into right center. Snyder going back. That one's off the wall. They're going to wave that runner home. Forrester will score without a throw, and it's a 5-3 game. And that is a double for Sorlizano. Off the wall in right center. Hit number 1, run number 1, and That just shows you what walks can do. Leadoff walk, the runner scores on a double. So it's 5-3. No outs, and the batter is Mitch Namey. Runner at second base will be Solizano. Torbett with the pitch and misses outside for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. We're in the fourth, and the pitch. And for a strike, 1-1. That double by Solizano was the 5th hit for the Aggies. The 1-1 pitch misses low and outside for ball 2, 2-1. Raiders have the camo tops on today, the gray pants and blue caps. 2 balls, 1 strike. Strike 2 called, caught the outside corner, 2-2. So it's a lefty-lefty matchup. And the 2-2 pitch is swung on, bounced foul over by the Raider dugout. Got some fans, mostly relatives, following the team out here to Las Cruces. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch is swung on, fouled over by the Raider dugout again. Count holds at 2-2. Met Jack Fortner's folks yesterday. They're here from Mount Juliet. Count 2-2 to Namey. Long look by Torbett, and the pitch. Outside, ball 3, 3-2. We're in the 4th inning, no outs, 1 run is scored. It's 5-3, Raiders leading. Ground foul past first. That one's gloved by Hayden Miller, tosses it out of play. The count holds at 3-2. Lady Raiders playing across campus on the softball field, and we're down 3-0 in the 3rd inning. Last time I checked, the pitch swung on, a shot past Miller into right field. The run's going to score. The throw comes in and gets away from Miller, who was still in the process of recovering from diving for that ball. Tyler Minnick finally stopped it before the runner could advance. So that's an RBI single for Namey. That will make it 5-4. Hit number 2, run number 2 off Torbett, and the batter is Bryce Campbell. 2-run homer in the first and popped out in the 2nd inning. Campbell hits the ball into left center. That is going to drop. Snyder gets it back in quickly, and runners will be at first and second. Three straight hits now off Torbett. So runners at first and second, still nobody out. You're in the fourth inning. Pitch to Campbell, line to right field. That's in for a hit. They wave the runner. The throw coming in is cut off. And another run is scored. That is Vest driving in the run. Campbell goes to third. 4 straight hits. And it's now a 5-5 game. Runners at first and third for Horvat. Time called as Minnick asks for time. He will walk out to the mound for conference. So in the fourth inning, a leadoff walk. Double by Sorlizano. That drives in the runner Forrester. Namey with a single to right field drives in Sorlizano. Campbell with a single to right. And then Vest singles to right. So it is 5-5. And still nobody out in the fourth inning. And the Raider bullpen goes back to work. Got a right-hander throwing out there. Here's Horvat. Raiders infield double play depth. Torbett delivers strike one. Last two batters have swung at the first pitch and picked up hits. 1 strike to count. And the pitch. Swung on, driven to left field, deep, and is that one foul? Just foul. Had that stayed fair, it would have not stayed in this ballpark. Coach Myers makes a visit to the mound, and we will have a pitching change. So we'll take a break as the new pitcher comes in, tell you about him when we come back. You're listening to Middle Tennessee Baseball from Van Wagner.
Not feeling well and need to see a doctor? Find the care you need now at Ascension St. Thomas. We're here with 24/7 ER care, same-day care, and walk-in urgent care for broken bones, sprains, allergies, sore throats, and more. Visit ascension.org/St. Thomas Care to get the right care at the right place at the right time. Serving Middle Tennessee State University, Murfreesboro, and surrounding communities.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has taken its flavor to the next level. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test, starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Rutherford County's MTSU station, News Radio WGNS.
New pitcher for the Raiders, right-hander Bryant Baranek will check in. Coming off a good start against Vanderbilt on Tuesday. Give you some numbers on Bryant. 2-1 record, 8.87 earned run average, making his 13th appearance. Does have 1 save and was the winning pitcher Tuesday in the Vanderbilt game. 23 1/3 innings, has allowed 32 hits, 14 walks, 15 strikeouts, has given up 6 home runs. Opponents hitting .330 against Baranek out of Columbia. And he will be working to the batter Horvat, who has a 2-strike count. Baranek from Spring Hill, pitched at Columbia Academy, 6'3". So he enters the game with 2 strikes on the batter. If he strikes him out, the strikeout would go to Torbett. And the pitch. Ground ball in the hole, a base hit to left, another run is in. They'll hold the runners at first and second. So the base hit by Horvat in the hole between third and short will drive in Campbell from third, make it 6-5 New Mexico State. Run charged to Torbett. And that would close the, no, he still is responsible for the runner at second, who is Vest. So a runner at second, and still nobody out here in the 4th inning. The batter is Corbett. Takes the pitch low for ball 1. Vest at second, Horvat at first. No outs, 4 runs have scored. And the pitch. Swung on, fouled out of play to the right, 1-1. So the Raiders got 5 in the top of this inning. Would have had 6 but for a base running mistake. The 1-1 pitch, and he bunts. It's a fair ball. Minnick picks it up, delivers a strike to first base, but a sacrifice will move 2 runners up. That's the first out of the inning, and did anybody remember to say thank you for that out? 1 out. Runners at second and third now, and the batter is Woodcook, the catcher. He has struck out and singled. Baranik's pitch, a breaking ball, misses inside for ball 1. Well, we've heard about these wild scoring games out here at New Mexico State for a long time, and we might be in the middle of one here. Pitch is high, 2-0. All of the scoring here, with the exception of the first inning, done here in the 4th inning. The Raiders got 5. New Mexico State's come back with 4. And they have 2 runners in scoring position. Baranek with the pitch. Misses outside, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. I think the Raiders are going to get another pitcher up out in the bullpen. And a 3-0 pitch. Strike called, 3-1. Three balls and a strike. High inside, ball 4, and he walked him, and the bases are loaded. So the bases are loaded, 1 out. The batter is Craig, who lined into a double play in the 3rd inning to end the inning. He would do us a great favor if he would do that again. Infield is in double play depth. Bases loaded, 1 out. Craig has struck out, lined into a double play. He's the number 9 hitter. And the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Best is at third, Horvat at second, Woodcook at first. Strike called. 1-1. Beranek comes set. Pitch hit him. Well, that will force in a run. Let's see, the run will be charged to Torbett. And give Craig an RBI on that. Being hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. That will bring up Forrester. Batting left-handed against Beranek. Blowing inside, good stop by Minnick. Forrester led off the inning with a walk, so he's batting for the second time. Switch hitter batting left-handed. All right, visit to the mound. Let's see, I'll see if I can get the number of who's warming up down there. That's Matt Driver throwing in the bullpen. 1 ball, no strikes, the count to Forrester. Coach Myers now on his way to the mound. And he will bring Driver in right here with a 1 ball count on Forrester. So that is all for Beranek. He goes a third of an inning. Gives up 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 hit batsman. All right, we'll take a break, and when we come back, we will give you some numbers on the new pitcher, Matt Driver. You're listening to Middle Tennessee Baseball from Van Wagner.